MaryKate and Ashley Olsen truly made everything. They started on Full House when they were just 6 months old, and by the age of 10, they were already millionaires. They've starred in over 35 movies, multiple TV shows, have had multiple fashion lines, over 150 books, and many other products branded with the MaryKate and Ashley name. So let's talk about them. This is every single MaryKate and Ashley product. Well, hopefully very close to every single product, minus the knockoffs. Let me know if you had something I didn't mention. You all really liked how I filmed and edited my last video, so I'm doing it again today, where I'm screen recording my computer in real time. So when you're seeing the pictures, I'm seeing the pictures, and we can talk about them more. So let me know how you like it at the end. I got ready and filmed this entire thing yesterday, but the footage was unusable because my hair kept hitting my microphone throughout the entire video. So not today. So really the first MaryKate and Ashley merch was Michelle Tanner merch from when they were on Full House. So I'm gonna start with the very first item I could find, which was 1990, and this is the Talking Michelle Tanner doll. Jump scare, sorry. I mean, she's like a little freaky, right? I don't even know if it really looks like them, but this seems to be the first product that I could find. They are very cute with their matching dolls. Wouldn't it be weird to have a doll that's literally molded after you? That just seems crazy. Is she creepier or less creepy with the bag on her head? There were also a bunch of Full House Michelle books made throughout the 90s, and I'm guessing some other like Full House Michelle merch that had their faces on it. More of those books, do you think they posed for every single one of these, or did they just like Photoshop most of these covers? Then in 1992, we get our first official MaryKate and Ashley products, starting with their music and Brother for Sale. Who remembers this song, this album? And I found a picture of the cassette tape of it. Oh my God. Remember cassette tapes? I was at the thrift store the other day and I was buying a VHS tape, and the girl who was probably in high school working the counter picks it up, looks at it, turns it around, opens it, and is just staring at it. And she finally looks at me and goes, "Is this a cassette tape?" And I went, "No, it's a VHS tape." And she goes, "Oh, okay." Still seemed confused. And then she goes, "What's a cassette tape?" I said, "A cassette tape is music, a VHS tape is a movie." And she was like, "Oh, okay." And I just felt really old. Another album, I Am the Cute One. And they made some other CDs and cassette tapes through the 90s and 2000s that were just collections of their songs from their movies, like this one. Then in 1992, when they were just 6 years old, they released their first TV movie, To Grandmother's House We Go, which I have. Of course, I thrifted this. I was so excited to find it. I do collect DVDs, but I'm only collecting MaryKate and Ashley VHS tapes. And so far I have 2. And many more to go. Then they released the movie Double Double Toil and Trouble in 1993, their Halloween movie. Also in 1993, our first video came out, which I guess was not actually their first video, if there's 2 other movies before it, but I'm gonna assume that this was filmed beforehand and just released later. Also in 1993, Dual Star Entertainment Group was founded specifically for MaryKate and Ashley to produce and house all of their content after Full House, and they did get control of Dual Star once they were 18. I also found out that as of 2015, Nickelodeon has the license to the full Dual Star library. So I don't know why it's so hard to find MaryKate and Ashley movies on streaming. Put the MaryKate and Ashley movies on streaming. We want to watch them. Okay, back to their movies. How the West Was Fun came out in 1994, and their very first theatrical release, It Takes Two, came out in 1995. Keep in mind, they were also on Full House until 1995, which means literally every year of their childhood from birth to 18, they were making multiple movies, multiple TV shows, and multiple products every single year. I do not blame them for stepping out of the spotlight. That is a lot to deal with, especially at such a young age. I do hope they know that we loved their movies then and we love them now, and we so appreciate all the hard work they put into them. The Adventures of MaryKate and Ashley movies, these were so good. They made 11 of these from 1994 to 1997. Of course, completely iconic. When I think of old MaryKate and Ashley movies, honestly, the first thing I think of is this and the next thing that we'll talk about. I highly recommend you go find an episode online or even just the intro to Reminisce, because the songs are so nostalgic. These were like 30-minute mini movies that were also musicals. So first we have The Case of Thorn Mansion, which you might see back there. I do have a copy of this that I recently thrifted. I was so excited. I can't wait to collect the rest. The Case of Logical Eye Ranch, The Case of the SeaWorld Adventure, The Case of the Mystery Cruise, The Case of the Funhouse Mystery, The Case of the Christmas Caper, The Case of the U.S. Space Camp Mission, The Case of the Shark Encounter, which I remember so specifically. It was like the mystery of singing sharks. Do you remember? The Case of the Hotel Whodunit, The Case of the Volcano Mystery, and The Case of the United States Navy Adventure. We'll solve any crime by dinner time. And then my other favorite series, the You're Invited to MaryKate and Ashley's Party Movies. Again, like 30-minute musical movies. They made 10 of these from 1995 to 2000. Again, please go look up the intros and the songs for these. They're so nostalgic. I love them so much. First, we have You're Invited to MaryKate and Ashley's Sleepover Party, Hawaiian Beach Party, Birthday Party, Christmas Party, Mall Party, Ballet Party, Campout Party, Costume Party, Fashion Party, and School Dance Party. They also did a few like collection VHS and DVDs where it would be like 3 or 4 parties or adventures of on one DVD. So we have like greatest parties, favorite parties, and vacation parties. If it's up to me, you'll RSVP. Then another TV movie, Switching Goals, came out in 1999. And in 1998, they were on a TV show called Two of a Kind. This ran for 1 season with 22 episodes. Let me know if you remember this one. Also starting in 1998, they released a bunch more direct-to-video movies, starting with Billboard Dad in 1998, Passport to Paris in 1999, Our Lips Are Sealed in 2000, Winning London in 2001, Holiday in the Sun in 2001, Getting There in 2002, When in Rome in 2002, and The Challenge in 2003, followed by their very last movie, New York Minute, which was a theatrical release in 2004. They were 18 at this point, so I'm sure they were finally able to say, we're done. No more movies, no more shows. We're taking control of everything, which completely understandable. Like I said, I am collecting MaryKate and Ashley DVDs as well that I find at the thrift store. I have Our Lips Are Sealed, Passport to Paris, Holiday in the Sun, New York Minute, and The Challenge. Still many more to find. Oh, and they were also executive producers on a bunch of their movies and TV shows. There were so many books with their branding and faces on them, literally over 160. So I'm obviously not going to go over every single one, but let's go over the different series they released in the 90s and the 2000s. Books that went along with the Adventures of MaryKate and Ashley movies, as well as some of the You're Invited to movies, Two of a Kind and Two of a Kind Diaries to go along with the TV show. The New Adventures of MaryKate and Ashley. This was their biggest series with at least 44 different books, all starting with The Case of, starring in, which connected to their other movies, So Little Time, which connects to something else we'll talk about in a minute, MaryKate and Ashley Sweet 16, MaryKate and Ashley in Action, which was a cartoon series, Graduation Summer, New York Minute, and a bunch more miscellaneous books I came across, like this Valentine's Day book and their official biography. Then we have their video games, starting with their very first one, which was The New Adventures of MaryKate and Ashley for the Game Boy Color that came out in 1999. Look at the old cartridge, oh my god. Dance Party of the Century, which was a PC game that came out in 1999. Remember PC games? Like with the discs, with the CD-ROMs? Get a Clue in 2000. Magical Mystery Mall, also in 2000 for the PlayStation 1. And these weren't the best games. The graphics were not great, even for 2000, and they don't have great reviews. But, you know, they were quirky. They were fun, right? Just not the best. I didn't expect them to be the best. It's okay. Pocket Planner also came out in 2000. This was literally a digital planner for your Game Boy. Winner's Circle came out in 2001. Crush Course came out in 2001, and this was apparently a mix of like having a crush and playing mini golf for some reason. Girls Night Out in 2002, and lastly, Sweet 16 License to Drive in 2002. Then I have to mention their fan club or fun club. Like a lot of celebrities in the 90s and 2000s, they had a fan club, which you could sign up for and pay like a little monthly subscription or quarterly subscription, and you would get a box of memorabilia and goodies in the mail. This is so fun. I would have eaten this up. This started in the mid-90s, I believe by Dual Star, and ran for quite some time because this card says 2005. But here's a look at some of the stuff that you could have gotten, like all kinds of posters and headshots, other pictures. There's a folder here. Look at the cute little box everything would come in. I love this little signed photo, also some books sometimes. sometimes like little trading cards and things of that nature. Wouldn't it be so fun to come across one of these like at a garage sale or a thrift store? I would love that. There's even fake money down here with their faces on it. That's so funny to me. A keychain. I love this little poster with their little kid signatures. How cute is that? I found this friendship journal, which I don't know if this was part of the fan club. I don't know where this came from, but it just seems like something that would be part of a fan club. So that's cute. Maybe not part of it though. Lots of fun goodies you could get. I wish we had things like this today to get like collectibles in the mail. Wouldn't that be fun? I mean, maybe there is things kind of like that, but still not quite the same as these 90s and 2000s things, obviously. And they made a whole bunch of different dolls from 2000 to 2004. These were made by Mattel. And what I found really cool is they didn't just throw two of the same doll in a box because they're twins. Believe it or not, they're two separate people. So they did make each doll to look like each girl, which is pretty cool. This set specifically, oh my God. I had this one for sure. I totally remember the outfits. I remember the texture of the outfits. I loved these. Look how cute they are. Oh, I wish I still had these. They had a bunch of dolls to go along with their movies and they would dress like their characters. Here's the set from Getting There. We also have some from So Little Time. These little pajama ones, I remember these very specifically. I don't think I had them, but I do remember them. Maybe a friend had them. They had some little accessory sets you could buy separately as well. These curl and style dolls where I think you could actually like do their hair, actually curl their hair. This little set for Billboard Dad, Sweet 16, and of course there was a doll for each of them, obviously. I also found this car, the license to drive car, that went along with like the Sweet 16 set. There's that car. I think the only toys they really had were dolls. Many dolls. I couldn't think of any other or find any pictures of any other toys they made. I think it was just dolls and accessories. Here's somebody's very large doll collection. I love when people so professionally pose dolls like this, like in the American Girl catalog. Oh, I loved it. I ate it up. This is great. Movie magic. Here's another set of dolls. This Sense of Style, which like came with some perfume samples. I guess this went along with the Walmart line we'll talk about in a minute. Also found these New York Minute dolls as their characters, of course, and dolls for their 18th birthday. I think there might have been a few more, but this was most of them. And does anyone else remember MaryKate and Ashley in Action? This was a cartoon TV series as well as some books, like I said earlier, that ran from 2001 to 2002, and I loved this. They had 8 different books, and the TV series had 1 season with 26 different episodes, and yes, the girls did voice themselves. I'm surprised this didn't last longer because with a cartoon series, it's way easier to do all kinds of different things, and I thought it was really fun. I liked it a lot, and I think they expected it to do a lot better than just 1 season because there were so many products to go along with this Inaction line. I found a whole set of birthday party supplies and decor items. You could have a whole MaryKate and Ashley Inaction specific birthday party. I love this so much. This is so fun. Yes, I would buy these at a thrift store today for my collection. I also found these Valentine's Day cards, like the Valentine's parties you would have in your classroom as a kid. Oh, I love those so much. I may have given these out one year. I think they look a little too familiar, and I loved MaryKate and Ashley growing up, so I wouldn't be surprised if I gave these out one year at school. This is an Inaction, like I think magnetic dress-up doll, kind of like paper dolls sort of thing, and they had dolls specifically for the Inaction line. These ones came with scooters. There was a whole plane accessory they could get to go with this line and these dolls and another set of dolls. I even did a book report on a MaryKate and Ashley Inaction book as a kid, and I made over a Chutes and Ladders board game to be a MaryKate and Ashley Inaction board game. I wish I still had it. In 2001, they launched their very own magazine, and although this only had 3 issues, it was a dedicated magazine to the two of them and whatever they wanted to be in it. Then they were on another TV show called So Little Time from 2001 to 2002 with 1 season and 26 episodes. I feel like this was definitely a favorite, and I'm surprised it didn't last longer. I'm surprised all of their shows didn't last more than 1 season because they're MaryKate and Ashley, like they were so crazy popular. I came across this Friendship Connection board game that came out in 2002, and also this New York Minute board game to go with the movie. Then of course, their Walmart fashion line, probably the thing you remember most besides the movies. This was a Walmart exclusive line that launched in January of 2001, and it was not just fashion. They had all sorts of different fun stuff for this collection. It was actually said that they had at least 1,400 square feet of space and every Walmart store filled with just their products. And does anyone recognize this girl here in the ad? Maybe a Disney Channel star? Let me know if you know who that is. I think it's funny that in this little blurb it says, we wanted to do clothes we like to wear. So that means no ruffles or flowers, but there's definitely ruffles and flowers. They had all different kinds of stuff for this Walmart collection, obviously all different kinds of clothes and different clothing collection throughout the years. I tried to find a bunch of different pictures of all the different clothing items or a lot of the different clothing items, so maybe you'll see something that you had and loved. I definitely had several pieces from this line and I loved everything that they made. They made clothes, pajamas, accessories like shoes, purses, backpacks, jewelry, watches, sunglasses, regular glasses, stationery, school supplies, calendars, posters, home decor, and a whole makeup and beauty line. So these are some of the clothes. Look at the little tag with the fashion guide. This little flowy top, it's very of the times, very fun. I like these shorts. I would wear these as pants today. Bring back this line for adults. I would wear it. It's fun. Another little flowy 2000s top, of course. This top, this one, I liked this one. This is cute. This feels like something that I definitely would have had. Lots of denim in this collection. I feel like denim is what I think of when I think of this MaryKate and Ashley Walmart line. I don't know why, but that's why I chose the denim background today because I feel like it's fitting for this. And the little tag, I specifically remember how the logo looked and it would be different colors depending on the item. This top is really cute. Like I would legitimately wear this today. This is so my style and fun. I love it so much. More denim, of course, this little like denim dress and the tag. I just love seeing the logo. It brings back all kinds of good memories. Another very 2000s top, and this top as well. These little sneakers, which are actually slip-on sneakers. Remember how many slip-on shoes and like slip-on sneakers there were in the 2000s? I surely miss them because how fantastic is this? And now that I'm looking at these, I think I might have had these. I've completely forgotten, but I think I had these because I definitely had some slip-on sneakers and these are starting to look really familiar. And they feel like something that I've been told to wear with like a 4th of July outfit because they go with that vibe. Some more little sandals, these sandals as well. They also had a bunch of different purses. This one, still cute. I found this little small red purse, also this fringy purse or maybe mini backpack. Again, more denim. I love this, it's so fun. A pink camo tote bag, a little mini backpack with some faux fur, this little denim mini backpack. Like how late 90s, early 2000s is this with a bunch of pins? Wouldn't that be so fun? An actual like school backpack. I feel like this is the kind of backpack that you had in like middle school and you still have it. Like it's still in the back of your closet for some reason. Like it lives forever, it's great. I know they also had this one in pink. I even found this like duffel roller bag, travel bag, and of course there was a bunch of jewelry, some little like sequin dangly earrings that are begging to get tangled in your hair. I found this little set with some chokers here, some choker necklaces, a bunch of different watches. I love a little like tiny 90s watch like this. That's what I call them, like 90s watches. They're so cute. A bunch of different school supplies and stationery. I actually think this is a gift bag from one of their fashion shows, but this is like similar stuff to what they would be selling in Walmart. Maybe they did sell exactly these in Walmart. I found this little agenda or planner where you could like fill in what you're doing from them. They also had a bunch of different calendars. I would for sure hang up a 2001 MaryKate and Ashley calendar on my wall today. Remember when everybody had wall calendars? I haven't used a wall calendar in forever, but they were very popular. We have a poster here. They also had the whole makeup and beauty line, which we'll get into in a minute. And they had this, a VHS tape called Fashion Forward, and it was your backstage pass to the premiere of the MaryKate and Ashley fashion line at Walmart. And yes, of course I want to find this at a thrift store. It's kind of hard to see here, but their little slogan for the Walmart line was real fashion for real girls, and then they would like edit it for different things. It would be like real beauty for real girls and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure that logo, that little slogan is for everything in the Walmart line. And the whole line, of course, was very popular because it was MaryKate and Ashley, but they actually wore their items out, which made the line even more popular. And I'm just now realizing these little outfits are the same outfits the dolls are wearing, the dolls that I had. That is so cute. A couple cool things about this line. They did expand the line in 2003 to include plus sizes for girls, and the Olsen twins made sure that the people making the garments in Bangladesh got 3 months paid maternity leave, which is fantastic for a fast fashion line in the early 2000s, although that is literally the bare minimum. I think it's really nice that they did that. Now the makeup and beauty line, I love this so much. It was also exclusive to Walmart, and they had all different kinds of products, like full products for full face of makeup, face, eyes, lips, nails, and more. I'll show you, don't you worry. That's why I find all these pictures, so that you can enjoy. So for face, I found this sunlit bronzer with a little brush, this little shimmer strips highlighter. They also had these products, which I thought were really interesting. They're on the go makeup sheets. They had them for blush, bronzer, and sparkle, or like highlighter. So like single use little paper sheets that had shimmer and color. This is an interesting concept. I don't know if any brands make anything like this. I know e.l.f. used to make something like this, but kind of cool. Also some mattifying sheets. A whole bunch of different eye products, these really cute little eyeshadow trios. Here's a pink one, another like slightly different design. I'm sure over the years of like the 5-year collaboration that the packaging and stuff changed as time went on. Another little eyeshadow trio here, this eyeshadow duo, another eyeshadow duo. I found this cream palette for eyes and lips, this little cream shadow quad. Remember when a bunch of brands made cream shadow quads that look just like this for some reason? Some frosty eyes, cream eyeshadows, and little tubes. Of course, like frosty eyeshadow and cream products were very big back then. We have these Shimmer Plus all over color sticks, mostly for eyes, but probably also for cheeks and lips as well. These are Metallic Eyes Chrome Eye Colors, so some metallic eyeshadow sticks. They had some eyeliners and a bunch of different colors. These are loose eyeshadows with like a little brush, so like a pigment, and you would unscrew it and pull it out, and has like a brush or a sponge on the end. Also, these loose pigments, which totally brought back some memories. They made a bunch of different pigments as well as some glitters in these little jars. I don't know why like 2000s pigments are so nostalgic to me. Like these little jars, I just feel like they don't make them quite like this anymore. And I had some, but I never really used pigments much. But like this style of old pigment packaging, old MAC pigments, it just like is so nostalgic to me for some reason. Also, they call these sequin dusts or sparkling powders. How freaking cute is that? Also these glitters in this different packaging. Then obviously a whole bunch of different lip products. We have these fun sparkly lip glosses in the little squeegee tubes. These lip glosses, which possibly are roll-on lip glosses. Remember roll-on lip glosses? I like this blue one. That's really fun. Another picture of these lip glosses. They also had some more squeegee tube lip glosses, these liquid color ultra wet lip glosses, this little lip set with a lip gloss and lipstick, and these lip glosses, do you remember these? They would be like in little tins, and there would be a thin piece of metal separating each color. Remember these distinctly. Where did they go? I don't know. This little lip gloss palette as well. This is a high gloss and lip stain duo, and then a balm and gloss lip duo. Some lip liners, of course, and lipsticks. They had nail polishes for this line, of course, as well as these little like sets where you'd get a nail polish, and this comes with a shimmering powder eye color. And their perfume, it was so good. I don't know if this was exclusive to Walmart. I feel like it was also other places, but they had some really great perfumes, especially the Coast to Coast ones. I had the pink one, Coast to Coast NYC. I had it for a really long time. It smelled really good. I wish I still had it. They also had Coast to Coast LA, which was the blue one. The pink one says that it is Star Passion Fruit scented, and the blue one is Beach Honeysuckle. These were great. I should have kept it. I would buy them again. They also have Coast to Coast I was gonna say boho chic, but it's Soho chic, which makes sense because they're all like cities and towns and stuff. Then we have Tokyo Fusion, as well as London Beat, which is red berry vanilla scented. There's also a body spray for London Beat. I'm sure there were like perfumes and body sprays for each scent, you know, as they do. I also found the LA Style and NY Chic perfumes. They did a little bit later, like after the Coast to Coast ones. I wonder how they compare. I also found this Hamptons Style purple perfume. Let me know if you had any of these and what you thought of them. And then they have their One perfume. It's just called One, and it is jasmine spice scented. Here's a little set with the perfume and the lotion. And then they also came out with two, of course, because there's two of them. And two was Juicy Peach Freesia scented, which I feel like I would have really enjoyed. A bunch of different body sprays or body splashes and like fun fruity scents. Like this one is Tropical Burst Vanilla Sugar. You can see like the sugar on the packaging here. So there's probably like a berry one. This looks like pear raspberry. There was a smoothie body splash line, like the strawberry banana one. And then of course a holiday body splash kit. I'm sure there were a bunch of different holiday products. They had body care and hair care items. Here's a shampoo and conditioner that someone still had. I love when people like preserve these and take pictures of them and share them online so that we can all reminisce. Also this detangler hair spray, which apparently was very popular. And hair tools. Of course, they had hair tools as well. This is a flat iron. Here's another look here. This is totally something that I would have bought at like 13 and still had today. Sadly, I do not, but I would have bought a MaryKate and Ashley flat iron at 13 and used it forever and ever. Here's a curling iron, and this curling iron, which I didn't know this was like a popular style of curling iron with the metal rod going around it, because that's what my very first curling iron, I think from Revlon, that I still have looks like, because I thought it was the only thing that would curl my hair for some reason. I've had it since I was like 12 years old. They also had some blow dryers, and here is another one as well. Do any of y'all still use your MaryKate and Ashley hair tools? Because I kind of love that. And I found a bunch more miscellaneous products that I do think are also part of the Walmart line, like this boom box, as well as a CD player. And I think it's so fun because it has like different colors you can change out on the top, and see-through tech. I loved see-through tech. A caller ID telephone, of course, how very of the times, because you had to have a MaryKate and Ashley telephone, landline for your bedroom, right? And they also had this stand-up version of it as well. I found a bunch of different bedding and sheets they had, like these cute butterfly ones. Here's another picture. And I remember the tag, like this kind of tag where it's like part plastic, part paper. Like I can feel how it feels in my brain, which makes me think I had to have had some like MaryKate and Ashley bedding, because I remember these tags. This cute cherries bedding as well. There's the tag. Also this pillowcase, which you might not think is MaryKate and Ashley till you zoom in, and it just says their names over and over and over. Now it's estimated that they earned over $700 million from this Walmart deal alone, which in today's money is over $1 billion. From just this 5-year Walmart deal, not even counting everything else. That's crazy. It was obviously a super popular line, but it was discontinued in 2006. And they even had their own toothpaste. Like, you know you're uber famous when your face is on toothpaste. This is so crazy. I probably had this because I loved them, and I loved this Aquafresh toothpaste where you like push the pump and it was like multicolored. So fun. This came out in 2003. And of course they had their own furniture line at this point. Why would they not? This was a collaboration with a furniture store called Big Bedrooms, and it came out in 2005. This was a 20-piece collection that you could customize to your liking, and they had different collections like city chic and country style. So you could definitely have like a full MaryKate and Ashley bedroom. Like floor to ceiling, head to toe, your whole closet could be filled with MaryKate and Ashley clothes. You could have the bedding, you could have the bed, you could have the makeup, you could have everything. And I'm sure some people did. Oh my God, look at the old Apple computer. Oh, I love that. That is so fun. This is a real life picture of somebody who had the actual furniture in their room. I'm not sure about the bedding. Do you think they had this furniture in their house? I always wonder when like celebrities make stuff, like how much of that stuff do they actually have in their own home and use? You know, like obviously not everything, because they have to like make a variety and they probably pick their favorite things. But I wonder, do you think this was their bedroom furniture? And I had no idea until researching for this that they had a Claire's jewelry collab that came out in 2006 with a bunch of different pieces, of course. So I'll just share the photos that I found. It's a very like boho mid-2000s kind of vibe, but I'm surprised that I don't remember this, because I was going to Claire's every chance that I got, and surely I would have picked some of this up if I had found it. So let me know if you had these pieces and what you thought of them. Some earrings here. I think this is a big brooch. That's cool looking. Necklace, another necklace with a little cameo on it, this little heart necklace, and this necklace. Now there's 4 other fashion lines that they made. So they've done a total of 5 different fashion lines so far. Starting with the Row. This is a very expensive high-end designer line that they launched in 2005, and they do still run this line today. If you're wondering what they're doing, they are designers for the Row. That's what they do nowadays. So here is their vibe for the Row. This is their spring 2025 collection. It's very like bougie minimalist, I guess is the best way to put it, because this is a very expensive line. Here are some of the products. This, oh my God. This plain white long sleeve t-shirt is $1,750. This plain gray short sleeve t-shirt is $1,650 and is sold out, apparently. These shoes are $920 and these pants are $1,390. I'm sorry. I know some people are really into high fashion. I'm sure these are beautiful quality pieces, but I can't even fathom the idea of spending what is rent for some people on a plain gray t-shirt that looks exactly like the ones at Old Navy. I'm sorry. It's just like absolutely wild to me. Like they're not even like super fun and unique and ornate. They're just, you know, plain. But to each their own, I guess. We have this top, this little drapey top for $1,950. This bag is $1,250. This skirt, $2,550. $2,500. This top, $1,900. These bags, $3,400, $4,900. I'm sorry. It's just bonkers to me that people are buying like a plain white drapey top for $1,900. That's crazy. That's like a crazy thing to spend money on. Okay, moving on. That's not what this is about. I also found this little blurb on their website. You can pause to read. It's basically saying that they're like a fancy rich people minimalist line, but it does say the row was established in 2005 by Ashley Olsen and MaryKate Olsen. And I thought it was funny because their whole lives, they've obviously been known as MaryKate and Ashley. So I'm sure at this point they were like, no, Ashley probably said, my name goes first. My name is finally going first. We're Ashley and MaryKate now, which I don't blame her. Then we have Elizabeth and James, and this is a fashion line they launched in 2007. And again, it's a very like minimalistic line, but it looks like it's a little more trendy. It was definitely more affordable than the row. Still a little bit expensive, but not as crazy expensive as the row. And this line is actually named after their brother and sister, Elizabeth and James, who actually goes by Trent. And you might recognize Elizabeth because she is in fact Elizabeth Olsen, or Wanda/Scarlet Witch. Yes, Elizabeth Olsen is MaryKate and Ashley's sister. Here's an example of some of the pieces they put out through Elizabeth and James, just to get kind of a vibe of the style. Again, it's still pretty minimalist, but just a little more fun, in my opinion. This is one of their stores in LA, and they also put out a whole perfume line, and I actually have one. The first perfumes they put out were called Nirvana White and Nirvana Black, and I have Nirvana White. I bought this probably in 2013, maybe 2014. It was like a bougie purchase for me, and I have to say, it smells good, but it's just not my kind of scent. It's like a little more mature than what I typically like, and like a very like fancy night out kind of scent. I don't know, maybe I'll give it another try and see if I still like it, but I do still have her, and I thought I was so fancy for getting this. Even the boxes for these were really pretty and had like shiny gold packaging, and they had some minis here and a bunch of different scents they made, like black, bourbon, white, and rose. Now this line was sold at high-end department stores like Saks until 2018, but then in 2019, they signed into an exclusive contract with Kohls to sell the line there, where the products became a little bit cheaper. I think most everything was under $100 at that point. But it does look like Kohls stopped selling them around 2021 or 2022, or maybe they just stopped making new pieces because it's no longer in stores or online. Then we have Olsen Boy. This was a juniors line they launched in fall of 2009, exclusive to JCPenney's. And this was definitely cheaper. Everything was under $50. And what I found really interesting is they actually named the line after their like original / ancestor's last name. Like, you know how long ago your last name was probably longer, so their last name is Olsen, but many generations ago it was Olsen Boy, which is cool. The styles and pieces for this line are so of the times, so late 2000s, early 2010s. Like these sandals, I totally had sandals exactly like this, and they were atrocious. Like it's just so funny. Like it's a little edgy, very trendy, but also business casual, because that was a thing for some reason, to show up to high school like you had a board meeting. Why was that a trend? Some more pieces. Every time I look at these, I'm like, wow, this is really of the times, which was when I was a teenager. So it's like, I loved it. I would have eaten this up. I can't believe I didn't have anything from this line. Oh, remember these like pointy scarves people would wear? Here's a purse. This one's cute. It was a full fashion line with all different kinds of products. Here's a backpack. And this line was around until about 2012 or 2013 when it went defunct. In July of 2011, they launched Style Mint, and this is an online monthly fashion subscription with t-shirts picked just for you, as well as behind the scenes videos and style tips from the girls. And this was launched in collaboration with the website Beach Mint. They also had like Beauty Mint and all these other things, but Style Mint was MaryKate and Ashley's. And at first it was just t-shirts, very minimalistic style. I believe they were maybe $30 a piece. Here is a magazine ad from them. Yeah. Some of the like photos and ads for this line are a little bit weird, but you know, okay. Here's another t-shirt and the logo. Here's the girls in one of the behind the scenes videos. And they did expand the line to include other fashion items instead of just t-shirts. They had blouses and skirts and dresses and pants and all sorts of stuff like that. And this kind of seems similar to like Stitch Fix or Nuuly nowadays, where stuff is like curated for you, except you bought it, you didn't rent it, but you got like a monthly box of the different clothing. They also did some jewelry for this collection, as well as it looks like some little bags. Here's the earrings, but this site did shut down in 2015. I feel like there's some other products that they definitely could have made. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they made these things, or maybe there's things that I'm remembering deep in my brain and I just couldn't find pictures of because you can only find so much. So I feel like there might have been other party decorations that weren't the Inaction ones, other like greeting cards, like birthday cards, Mylar balloons with their face on it. Yeah, I can see it. Maybe like an inflatable chair, or like a saucer chair, or like a beanbag chair, like just other room decor things. I'm sure there was more room decor in the Walmart line that I just couldn't find photos of. Oh, hair accessories. I'm sure about this one. Please someone validate me in the comments on some of these that they did exist, because surely there were like headbands and clips and ponytails and stuff from the Walmart line. Maybe like candy or snacks, like their faces had to have been on like a box of cereal or something at some point, right? Maybe like a bike, like an actual MaryKate and Ashley bike or skateboard or skates or scooter, or even like helmet and pads. Surely there's more, but hopefully I got as many as I could possibly find. As many photos as there were on the internet, I have included in this video. Did I get them all? I hope I got them all. Let me know what you remember, but I forgot in this video. And if you still have any of these items and any photos you'd like to share with me, I would love to see it. You can send them to me or tag me on TikTok, Blue Sky, or Instagram. They're all Madi Hearts and it's linked below. What 90s and 2000s things should I talk about next? If you love all things nostalgic, you are in the right place. Be sure to subscribe. You can check out my socials for more nostalgia and come back for our next adventure.